Ah!
Spirit clock.
Spirit clock. It's 4. Ice cold calyx on Lady K.
Woo!
We already got 2 likes.
Heck yeah.
So
Coming.
can you guys hear us okay? Can you throw some comments up just so that we know you can hear us, see us, the video's not choppy, etc., etc.? No? Oh, there.
Yep.
Loud
There
and
we
clear.
go.
5x5. Radio check. Radio
Oh.
check. Oh, it's Uncle John.
Hello, Uncle John.
Afternoon, Robert. So we're just going to talk for like a couple minutes just to let anybody else join that wants to join. We only came up with this live stream a few minutes ago, and we shared it on Facebook. So most of our YouTube subscribers have clicked that little bell on YouTube. I still don't know what that means, but now they're seeing it because it's showing up on their YouTube. If they didn't see our Facebook, they're seeing our YouTube little thing because Lady K went live, and you get a little update for that. You like the water bit? Thank you. First comment, Uncle John.
Yep, Uncle John.
So anyway, we're just going to talk for a couple minutes, and at like 5 after 4, we're going to get on with North Star Sail Club on Clinton River. Nice. Video must be a little blurry. You guys already look buzzed. Not yet. We've been doing boat work all day. The next episode this Friday will be, actually, it's probably going to be a lot of regatta because the Georgetown Regatta was just in the last like 5 days, and there was a bunch of races and a dinghy race.
Almost
and
2 weeks long.
Yeah, coconut challenge. Like
I haven't been able to go to stretch class because they canceled it for the regatta.
Yeah. Georgetown gets taken over by regatta at this time of year, and that's amazing because there's like 300 boats in the harbor. I know the last time we talked, or the last time I mentioned it, there was like almost 200 boats in the harbor. Well, now there's almost 300.
3 was the last count we shared, and the last update was 300. I think it was over 300. I think 300.
I thought it was almost 300, in the neighborhood of 300.
Yeah.
300 boats are here right now. And like probably 99% of those are sailboats with cruisers, just like us, just like you guys. Yeah, just amazing.
Hey, girl. Hey, that's Jody.
Oh, hey, Jody.
Hey, Jody.
We love you, Jody.
Hi, David.
Vancouver.
Sorry, stuck at work.
Mac race. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's wild here. But the regatta is not, I mean, it's a PHRF race, which is something we're used to, but it's not a very competitive thing. It's more of like, I don't want to call it a booze cruise or a beer league. It's not. It's a little more competitive than that. But it's not like, you know, starboard, up, up, up. It's not all crazy racing like that, which is sort of what we're used to.
Yeah. It's not like really intense.
Finland,
it's really
Michigan,
intense for us.
Beer league.
But yeah, it's beer league for us, but it's really intense.
Yeah, the regatta here is actually a pretty big deal. Oh, yeah. Saga.
Yeah, Saga. We got some Blenheim in there.
Yeah. We're just gonna you know, shoot the shit for a few more minutes before we get on with it. It's not a rum run. No, it's, I mean, afterwards, you're not actually, this particular regatta, you're not allowed to drink on the boats while racing. So that sort of keeps it
pretty sure it's in the rules.
Pretty slick. So here's what happened during the regatta. There's 2 major big boat races. They call them big boat races and little boat races. The little boat races encompass the dinghies and sailing dinghies. And there's a dinghy race where you have to take your motor off and row your dinghy against other people. And there's a poker run. Yeah. But anyway, in the big boat races, there's 2 of them. There's an around Stocking Island, which means you go in harbor where we are, outside into the ocean, and then back around in harbor. You have to go around the whole Stocking Island, which is a long way. And you're out in the ocean. So it was blowing like 17 to 20.
Billy boy.
Anyway, it was blowing 17 to 20. So a lot of boats didn't want to go out in the ocean. But a few days later, they had the in-harbor race, which is important because the wind sort of becomes less relevant. There's less waves because the harbor is only like half a mile wide or a mile wide or whatever it is. So that was wild. But anyway, the in-harbor race was wild. So we didn't race in it because our boat needed a lot of work, which we were doing today. And over the course of sort of the last week, we've been sort of getting Lady K back ready to be competitive on sort of a race course or to keep traveling because we're going to the Turks and Caicos in less than a week. I mean, not the Turks and Caicos.
We're not talking about that yet.
Anyway, so We didn't race. So what I did was I took the GoPro and I got in the dinghy and we hung out on the committee boat all day, which is at the start line. So, but I was in the dinghy with the GoPro and I was chasing boats and like I was right up under boats that were sailing in the race and getting really good footage for you guys. So this Friday's episode is going to be all about the regatta. And I mean, I was within 5 feet of race boats while they rounded marks and things like that. So the footage is top notch. It's very good. I
got a bunch of pictures. I'm still trying to
figure
out
camera.
How I'm gonna post. I don't know. I might create a page on the Lady K website for pictures because I've been taking really good pictures since we left on like a really nice Canon camera, XLR camera, and I haven't uploaded them to Facebook. I think they should go somewhere better.
Tula's here? Big John, Tula's here?
Oh, no, they just got
they got it back in the water. Okay. Okay. Sorry, I thought you were saying they were here.
Yeah.
Sailboat Story's almost here.
Yeah.
Uma just left.
Sailing Shersha is here now.
Yeah, they're here.
Sweet guys, if you haven't checked them out.
No remorse, no.
No.
Okay, so I think we've got enough viewers now. We can get on with the show.
Flickr. Thanks, Mick.
Yeah. So the reason we're doing this live stream is to ask a couple of questions. So we've got 75 people watching now. If you guys could all hit the like button on the video, apparently that helps with the YouTube algorithm. Just go right under the video and hit the thumbs up. That helps with algorithms and things. What's this? Okay, anyway. So yeah, if you could hit the like button, that helps a lot. Wow, it just doubled. Okay, so thank you for hitting the like button. For everybody who's watching, we're doing this live stream for pretty much research purposes. We're trying to grow our channel. We're trying to grow Lady K Sailing and try to get, a bigger reach to more people. And our number one philosophy with that is good content. We don't try to do clickbait. We don't try to make crappy videos that you probably, would try to watch.
Sorry, somebody asked.
Oh, for the arm pads.
I'm just showing.
So anyway, yeah, we don't try to make crappy videos with good thumbnails and good titles. We try to make good videos, and hopefully our thumbnails and titles will keep up with the video. So that said, because we want to make a good product for you guys, we want you guys to enjoy it, and we want it to Billy Boy, listen. So anyway, we want you guys to enjoy it. We want you to get some value out of it, because we're not out here shooting video, just to shoot video and upload it and have no one watch it. We're out here to show you guys what it's like, because most of the people watching our videos want to do the same thing we're doing. So we want to get as much of how to do what we're doing and what it's actually like to inspire you, hopefully, to go and do that, to go and do what we're doing, or whatever it is. Maybe it's take an RV across the country. Maybe it's sell your house and move into a tiny house. I don't know what it is, but we want you to do whatever it is that you want to do with your life. And if we can help with that, or if we can inspire you to do that, or just give you a little nudge, that's what we want to do. So we have some questions lined up that are about YouTube and what we're doing, and we'd really like some feedback from you. So if you comment, we can see the comments real time on the side of our screen right now. So my first question is, how do you like the mini series? So to give you some background for that, a couple weeks ago, we decided we would launch something as a Lady K Sailing, but not a weekly episode. We put out an episode every Friday of what we're doing and all that kind of stuff. But I wanted to launch something on every Wednesday, a little mini series on like some really technical stuff, kind of boring, more dry, to give you like sort of answers to questions like, I want to do what you're doing. How much solar do I need? Or how much water capacity do I need? Or, whatever it is. What's pissing you off, Billy Boy?
What?
Just spotted. Oh, sweet. Erickson. Love Erickson. But yeah, so the mini series is going to launch every Wednesday or thereabouts based on where we are. You tan. Billy, come for a visit. Beers on ice. Tans are mandatory. But yeah, so the point of the miniseries is we're not charging patrons for it. We're not making any money off of it. It's not like something that is beneficial to us in any way. The reason we're doing it, and it took me the entire day to make the episode that we just aired about our water system And a week ago on Wednesday, it took me the entire day to make our solar episode, strictly to show you guys the answers to popular questions. Because I'm, of course, as you are, I'm sure, a member of all these Facebook groups, Sailing and Cruising, Bahamas Sailing and Cruising, all these Facebook groups where everybody asks the same questions over and over and over again, and they get a billion different answers that are all opinion-based. And I wanted to give you a channel that you can watch where you can see, instead of someone's opinion, which I'm not trying to give you my opinion, opinions are typically wrong. All I'm saying is this is what we're doing, and this is whether or not it works. So it kind of gives you, kind of a, what could I do? Because we're here right now, we're in the Bahamas, and the solar episode, for example, that we have more than enough solar and more than enough batteries for our boat and our draws. And our draws are probably more than your draws, unless you have like a big Beneteau with 2 freezers or whatever it is. But if you're on a normal, smaller boat like us, an older boat, and you don't have a YouTube channel, your draws are going to be a lot less than ours. We have a bit higher because we have a YouTube channel and President of the Bahamas. Anyway, so the mini series is strictly non-profitable for us. It means nothing to us, but we're doing it so that you guys can get answers, not like big opinion answers from 1,000 different people, but answers from one person or one boat that is currently in the Bahamas doing the thing that you want to do. And you can take it or leave it. You don't have to do what we did. You can copy what we did exactly. If you want specs for some of our systems, hit us up on Facebook. I'm glad to give you pictures, give you specific model numbers of things, all good. If you don't want it, don't take it. It's cool. But what do you guys think of the mini series, and what are some things in the mini series? 400 watt solar on a 40 amp MPPT, 4 bank, 360 amp hours. See, that's fine. See, we have a little bit more than that, but we could live with what you just said, wind catcher. That'd be fine for us. Your feet stink.
That sucks, Matt.
Stop wearing shoes.
True story.
No Shoes Nation.
No Shoes
Kenny
Nation.
Chesney. Don't wear shoes anymore.
Oh.
Listen to Kenny Chesney. Don't wear shoes. Move to the islands. Problem solved. But anyway, what do you guys want to see on the mini series? What's important about the mini series? Should we just cancel it because it's stupid?
No.
We've
already got
more bikinis, male or female, just me.
Billy Boy, come for a visit.
I'll see what I can do.
You can borrow my green zebra print thing.
John, we can't sail back to Lake St. Clair for the summer. It costs us, well, it must be what, $15,000, $20,000 to get as far as we've gotten.
Yeah. No.
Love the trip down to Florida. The mini tech stuff is good too. Thank you. Love the series. Very informative. Thank you. Windcatcher. Yeah. Yes. No mankinis, please. It wasn't my idea, Christine. By the way, Christine, why aren't you here yet?
Still waiting on you, girl.
Yeah. But yeah, no, mankinis were my idea. That was Uncle John. Don't cancel this awesome. Can any of you another boater? I want to learn more about water makers. Yeah, Jody, I can do that.
Jody, stay tuned.
Yeah, Jody. We have another question coming up that pertains just to that. Video on the internet and cell service. I can do internet and cell service. We actually have a very sophisticated internet and cell service multiple reception systems in this boat, so I could do that. Able to keep the content informative and interesting. I hope you can contribute to the new miniseries and standards you have made. Thank you. Do what you think as a new boat owner. Sometimes you think mundane is an eye-opener.
I'm writing this stuff down, guys.
She is writing it down.
Stay tuned. We'll
Streamer 2. This is Chas. Water makers. Well, we'll talk about water makers in a minute. Miniseries is great. Maybe you have a fill system and keeping bad diesel in the islands. So haven't found any bad diesel in the islands.
I don't know how to work your
show.
So
Stitch Bits needs to.
Robert, Stitch Bitch agrees, but Stitch Bitch doesn't have any machines right now.
No, Candace had 2 very sophisticated machines, a Sailrite, the blue Sailrite kind of thing, and also a computerized dressmaking machine, both of which were underwater, and they're both in the garbage now. They were under salt water in our Mayday episode when we almost sank, so there are no more sewing machines here, sadly, and it's a big point for us, but they're so expensive we can't afford to replace them, so it is what it is. Yeah, we have a Wi-Fi extender, SSB weather. We also haven't had to use it.
They're giving opinions on things about like what we can.
Yeah.
The how-tos. I'm writing it all down.
SSB weather, internet.
I got this.
What else? Episode about the different types of lines you use, material, size, length, spares, maybe. Okay, I can do lines.
Yeah.
We've got some Spectra.
Kate! Hey, girl!
We got some Spectra Dyneema on board. We've got some, you know, low stretch poly, that kind of stuff. DIY things. I like that. Very educational solar was beyond my understanding. Oh, was it? No need to know that. Oh, okay. All right. Conspiracy Kate. Lots of emoticons.
That's my girl, Kate.
All right. Weather reports are important. Where do you get accurate weather in St. George?
I got.
What's St. George? I don't know what St. George is. We're not there. Hey, channel anything since you're sinking. Example, safety. Yeah, we could do some safety episodes on the things that we want to and have done to the boat. Health insurance. We're probably the wrong people to do an episode on that. We don't have any. And a lot of people say, well, what if you get sick? My answer is always, we'll probably do what the other 8,000 people that live here do and see the local doctor. Condolences, thank you. Did you find out your buddy boat yet? No, he actually, our buddy boat that was looking for a woman, he flew across the Atlantic to help his ex-girlfriend sail her boat to this side of the Atlantic. So, you know, there's that.
Well, they're not exes now. They're working things out.
Anyway, so never been on a sailboat and probably will never be on one. Oh, sorry, did I skip one?
Yeah, Florida Buckeyes.
Not being crude, but maybe a video on romance and intimacy. I actually, for our last episode, I did do a segment, a confessions from the dinghy. Because you remember when Candace's aunt died, she did a confessions from the dinghy, and she was very teary-eyed, and it was a great segment. Somebody had said, you guys should do that every week. Yeah, well, one thing, she wasn't in the dinghy. She was on the paddleboard.
Paddleboard confessions.
I was trying to do a confessions from the dinghy for the last episode, except she had taken the dinghy into town, which, I mean, you don't have to do a confessions from the dinghy if you're alone on the boat. You can just do it from the boat because you're alone, right? But I did it, and it just sounded like crap, so it didn't make the final cut for the video, and I'm sorry for that, but we'll try.
Also, to back that up,
tools and spares.
He had told me about it when I got back to the boat, and I said, maybe that's something that we should touch base on together.
Yeah, we probably should. It probably should be confessions from the dinghy. So tools and spares, yeah, we can talk about those. Grenada, we're going to get to that in a second. It's one of our other questions. We're still on the mini-series question. So,
joining late, you're forgiven. Yes.
Never been on a sailboat. Probably will never be. I got started because a friend of mine saw something that I did. Oh, good. You should try sailing. Just go once. If you have any interest at all in this romantic sailing notion, go sailing one time. You'll be sold. I promise.
True story.
We've taken people sailing back home, and all of them bought boats within the next year. Germany.
Also very true. Germany.
Where am I? Yeah, right. Bing to watch about 30 episodes in 2 days. Holy crap.
Nice.
I'm sorry for the very terrible filming, editing, and speaking and everything about our old episodes. They're all crap, but I'm sorry. Hopefully we're getting better. Hamilton. LOL. The X saw your vid, then LOL. Okay. Big John.
Sorry. Adam Knight keeps commenting.
I'm sorry.
Saying that he's in London and
okay.
To do this. 22 years in the police force.
Yeah.
Kudos to you.
Just go small, go simple, go now, dude.
Yeah.
Just go.
That's
Just
it.
go. If you have a 5-year plan or a 10-year plan, make it a 1-year plan. Just go.
Just
2-year plan, whatever it is.
The more you put it off, the longer you like overthink and overanalyze and keep asking yourself, do I need? You don't. You'll figure it out. And if you haven't noticed that in our videos, we figured it out.
Engine stuff,
yeah.
With tools, yeah. We lost a lot of our tools. I don't know if I'd be a good person to do a tools episode. I brought every power tool I've ever owned, and all of them died when we almost sunk because they were in a locker that was below the water line as the boat got full of water. So that. Do you guys ever paddleboard? She does.
Quick, that's my friend Kate. Yes, Kate, I paddleboard. Not as often as I should. 2, I don't think we're going to see each other in Florida anytime soon because that's way behind us now. And 3, you're welcome to paddleboard to us.
Yeah. Mention some environmental preservatives like the Boeing compound, the T9. I actually use that extensively today because I did a lot of rust preventative things today. I replaced all of our clevis pins and cotter pins and different things about the rigging, and I replaced all of the little U-bolts we have assembling our solar array. So the T9 is coated on all the new parts.
You're giving away the next episode.
Sorry. Yeah, I can make a list of environmental recommendations. I can definitely do that. Thank you for that. Oh crap! It scrolls so quick. Don't want to. Okay.
No. Gotta go back up.
Sorry, we're trying to keep up with the comments. Mention some everybody. Okay, so how about cruising guys? What do you use? North America, it's Skipper Bob.
Okay, we're not
1,000,000,000%.
No, they're giving us ideas on how-tos.
No. Well, I don't think I'll make an episode about cruiser guys because we don't have any anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
Like for North America, it was Skipper Bob. He got us all the way to Bimini. After Bimini, there's not. I mean, the Van Sant's book and things like that. I guess I might be able to do an episode about it.
Salty.
Great Loop is awesome. Get drunk with you guys one day.
Entertainment, TV, gaming.
Big John, you know where we're at. Entertainment, TV, gaming. I could do an episode on. We've got.
You could.
I was.
Thanks, Jody.
I was quite into gaming before we left, so I was playing Flight Simulator and all kinds of stuff like that. I still have my desktop computer. It's on board. It runs. It works. We have a 27-inch 4K screen. I've got my Flight Simulator, throttle quadrant, and flight yoke and all that stuff on board, and I do use it from time to time. I could probably do a whole episode on that. Bonjour from France. Bonjour.
Hello, bonjour.
St. George's in Grenada. Oh, we haven't been to Grenada yet. Wasn't in crude, brother. Just curious if being in close spaces together causes arguments and what. Yeah, so Florida Buckeyes. We could do a whole episode on what it's like being in a relationship in a tiny plastic box. And I think we probably will.
I think we're about due.
Yeah.
Maybe it could be our 1 year.
Yeah, maybe. To give you an idea, I mean, obviously everything's amplified and you have to communicate a lot more. But somebody had recently Facebooked us and asked about our sex life, which I was like, well, fuck, I'll give it a go. So I was like, she wasn't here. She was somewhere else. And I was like, I'll talk about it. I pointed the GoPro at myself. And I was like, what I said was like, obviously the relationship takes its stress from what we're doing because things are a lot different. Everything you can imagine that's different is different. But then there's a lot of positives too. And they said, do you have less sex when you live on a sailboat? And I was like, okay, we live on a sailboat in an exotic place where it's always beautiful outside. Everyone's wearing bathing suits. Trust me, this place will make your sex drive more and everything will get better. There are bad things and good things, but I mean, ultimately, this is probably going to be better for your relationship than worse. And that, of course, depends on the girl and the boat. There's some...
Or the guy and the boat.
Yeah. There's some people here that won't do this thing on anything less than a 60-foot catamaran with, 6 bedrooms. And if you're on anything less than that, everything's going to be shitty. But if you're with somebody, male or female, that is willing to do it on a 35-foot plastic that's always breaking, then cool. I think there's a whole episode to be had from that. Best charts in nav software, Navionics, 1,000,000 times over. Navionics. 1,100 hard to get information before you go to the next. I don't know what that means. New plan. Hey, can you guys do us a favor? We still only asked the first question. We have 3 questions to ask today, and that's the point of this live stream. But we asked the first one. What?
Side swipe question. Don't forget to hit the like button.
That's what I was just going to say. Yeah, please hit the like button. Right at the bottom of the video, there's a little thumbs up. That helps our YouTube algorithms make us show up more, and it helps our channel. So if you could please hit that little thumbs up button at the bottom of the video, it's a big help to us. Don't put off your life. Customs, yeah. Well, we've only ever cleared into 2 countries. We went from Canada to the U.S. and the U.S. to the Bahamas. And pretty soon, there'll be a bunch more countries because now the countries get a lot smaller as we go. So a customs video is definitely in order. I agree with you completely.
Yes.
How important do you think a washing machine is on the boat?
I am the washing machine.
We don't have one. Our boat's not big enough.
We have a 35-foot sailboat. We don't need a washing machine.
Yeah, if you have a washing machine,
like warmer weather and climates, you wear the tiniest clothes all the time because it's so hot out all the time. Like
guys all wear swim shorts.
Swim shorts.
Which are made of
actually fully dressed.
Whatever, they're made of plastic, basically.
Underneath, bathing suit.
Yeah.
You don't need bras and panties.
I haven't worn a shirt in like 3 months.
That's true.
Like and shirts are cotton and hard to wash, right? But when you're wearing, for guys, it's just plastic shorts all the time. I haven't had shoes since Florida. You just sort of like a washing machine is an interesting subject, because the washer dryer machine combo thing you see on a lot of bigger boats than this. We don't have room for it anyway. But you also, I mean, you got to spend a few $1,000s, maybe even more than that. And then you need a water maker, because these things use a lot of water. So now you got to spend $5 or $6 grand on a water maker to support your washer dryer. And then the dryer uses a ton of electricity. So now you need bigger batteries and bigger solar panels and wind generator and a hydro generator. And it's just sort of like, it's compounded by, you know, the need for things to make it work. So we're just kind of like put it in a bucket and hit it with a paddle, which she does, which we've shown in some videos. And we could do a whole episode on laundry.
Well, I do intend to do a how-to for laundry and some other like cleaning type things. So
quick shout out to Matthew Smith. Send us a little tip there. Thank you, Matthew Smith. You are awesome. We love you. Okay, so let me go back up to the washing machine question. Where was it? Holy moly.
My goodness.
Info. Yeah, that's crap. Paddleboard to you.
Okay, no. So Christine was asking if we have underwater camera gear and whatnot. Yeah, the GoPros are waterproof. I have a Fujifilm camera for underwater. I have to figure out the settings on it, so I don't really use it. Snorkel GoPros. Gear, yeah, we've got snorkel gear, but ideally the GoPros are take it anywhere.
GoPros are amazing. We got a GoPro 5 and a GoPro 7. The 7 is the first one with the new stability management, and we are mind blown by the 7. If you're thinking about buying a camera to do the things that we do, we only have GoPros on board. We have never filmed any YouTube video with anything but our 2 GoPros, the 5 and the 7. The 5 is just garbage compared to the 7. We do have some with our cell phones. Way back in the day.
But since we left, it's all GoPros.
Customs and check-in. We could do repetitive background music. If I could comment on that. Commander Mick?
Commodore Mick.
Commodore or Commander? Commodore. Okay. So repetitive background music is a problem when you're where we are. I can download from like Bensound or these other royalty-free music places, but downloading costs us several dollars to be able to do. And it's very, very slow. So I have about 10 or 12 background music songs already downloaded, and I sort of just keep reusing them because it's very hard to get new downloads from where we are. So I apologize for that. I know it's a problem. Believe me, it irritates me too. But it is what it is. I can't do anything.
But they're good songs.
Take up kite surfing. I'd love to. Honestly, love to. Can't afford it and don't have anywhere to store the gear. But if we actually have some friends here that are big kite surfers, so we may actually at some point have an episode about kite surfing. Underwater camera gear, snorkeling. We have you touched on that. I can paddleboard to you. I will. I promise. All right, Kate.
You will.
We're waiting.
Waiting for you, girl.
Yeah, beers on ice. Hope you filmed all that. Probably. Quality of internet. The internet quality. I mean, we're streaming right now. The quality of internet in the Bahamas is actually quite good. It's a little bit expensive. We have a YouTube channel, obviously, and we're doing live streams. So we're spending about $60 to $80 a month on internet in the Bahamas, and it pretty much covers all of the Bahamas. So not too bad. Internet's actually pretty good. Who's the better dancer? Her. Xbox on board. See, I was going to bring my Xbox.
I said no.
Yeah, but the Xbox, here's why I didn't. We don't have a TV on board. We have a monitor. We have a 27-inch 4K. What?
Stop. Because she also gave an idea for
and Jody's TV projector laptop. We have several laptops and things like that. We do not have a television, not a conventional television. We've got a 27-inch computer monitor, HDMI, DVI in sort of computer monitor. It's 4K, 27-inch, which in a boat this size is very big. Everybody who's been on our boat is like, holy moly. And it's on a swing arm.
So big.
It's on like a 3-knuckle swing arm that has a hydraulic shock that goes up and down. So you can point this thing at the nav station and do your video editing. You can point it at the bed. You can point it outside. It goes anywhere. The problem with a computer monitor is you have to plug something into it. Usually that's our desktop or one of the laptops. the problem becomes the computer monitor is not a TV, therefore it does not have speakers built into it. So if I plug my laptop into it and we want to watch a movie, the sound comes out of the laptop, which isn't very good, obviously. It's a laptop. So I would do the same thing again, though. I wouldn't get a TV. The computer monitor happens to be 19 volt. When you look at the little brick that plugs in your computer monitor, it plugs into your house, right? But the little brick goes from 110 or 120 in your house down to 19. So I cut the brick off, and I bought a 19 volt up converter, or buck converter, as it were, that goes from our 12 volt batteries and into the buck converter at 12, out at 19, and it powers the monitor, and it actually charges the laptops. Two of the different laptops are charged on 19. So that one buck converter can run 3 appliances, but no sound out of the monitor. So I'm not going to be on that too long because it's really dry and silly. If you want to talk about that, Facebook me. Yeah.
So Steve, do a recap video on the path. Stay tuned.
I actually made the map today.
Stay tuned. Uncle John, yes, we need to do more fishing. I want tuna.
Yeah, you're not allowed to fish in the harbor we're in. They don't want sharks.
Next one you can do.
Kids, yeah. So the intention is to have my daughter, who is the younger of my 2 kids. Both my kids live with their mom. The intention was to have them both spend all their summers with us, and we can show them the world and take them sailing all summer while they're not in school, March break, whatever. We're willing to pay for all the flights and have them spend as much time as possible sailing around and living in exotic places, learning new languages. You should see the kids here. It'll blow your mind how much more advanced they are than all the kids I've ever known in North America. But my ex is not now. At first she was like, yeah, that's cool. They'll spend summers with you in March break. And then after I left, everything kind of went to hell. And now she's saying they'll never see you again. They're never allowed to see you again. So I don't really want to talk about it, but I'm trying to work it out.
Ixnay. All right. Yeah. So
Georgetown.
Georgetown.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Windcatcher say that. No, there was a Windcatcher asked a question earlier about something. I can't remember what it was. I'm sorry.
Shoot. Okay.
But ask it again.
Ask again. Okay. We've been together for almost 3 years, Commodore Mick. Can we show any water? Yeah, we can touch base on that in another episode.
Yes.
Water damage. Absolutely.
Definitely can. We can do 4K right up against the
oh yeah.
What do you call that? The tabbing, right? Where the bulkheads tab into the glass. I can 4K that for you. Craigslist received 3 free sailboats. Free sailboats?
Wait, what? 3 free sailboats sailing now.
California, Florida. What do you think? Parker's Sway. Can you message me on Facebook? I think I'd want to have a conversation about that.
Yeah. Lady K Sailing on Facebook. Jody, you catch everything. I know. Grand plan, if no plan. What's the loose plan?
Grenada. From here, we got to bounce down the entire Caribbean chain and get to Grenada before hurricane season. But I think we both want to see Mexico and Cuba. We both want to go across to the Med. Mm-hmm. We both want to sort of like hit every spot we can on the boat we have. I mean,
yeah. We'll see where it takes us.
Bye, Craig.
Bye, Craig. Sorry, we're a little late on that.
How long can you do this before your money runs out? We're already out of money.
Pretty much.
Yeah, we're already... we're broke. Like, but we're going to keep going. I mean, we're making a little bit of money off YouTube and Patreon and all that kind of stuff. I mean, somebody just sent us $20 and $12. It goes a long way. When you don't have to pay rent or any other sort of monthly expenses as you would normally have to, your life gets a lot more simple. And if you can live cheap, you can live on a boat. There's thousands and thousands. They say at any given time, there's 100,000 people living on sailboats in the Caribbean. I read that in multiple different places. So it's got to be like at least near true.
Yeah.
And most of them have no money at all. So you live in the most beautiful places in the world, and it is what it is. Either you have a little bit of money or you have no money, and we're pretty much at the point where we're almost out of money. We have enough coming in that we can live very, very cheaply, and that's our plan. Seen the bucket washing machine on Amazon? Yeah, we have.
Yeah.
Never tried it.
Do it by hand.
Oh crap! I lost where we were. Oh man.
Oh man, can't keep up with you guys.
Okay, there. No, we're just up
Jason
here.
Parr, thank you.
Just finished watching the water video, and here you are. Thanks. Thank God you need to get out of live chat. Okay. Vancouver, how are you? I saw snorkeling videos. Yeah, please do more. Will do.
Working on that.
Underwater is awesome. Will do. We get a couple beers. I'm almost to the next question. This is still on the first question of 3 questions, which is the point of this video.
We have questions for you guys.
Yeah. Question, how important is multi-use items on the boat? Absolutely important. Different purposes instead of... There's not that many multi-use things. How long was the journey in the planning? Well, probably 10 years. Annapolis! I miss Annapolis. Yeah. How many gigs is the data package for a month of internet? You get 15 gigs for $30. No TV, no shoes, no TV. Jody knows.
Yeah, you know what's up.
Hand motions reminding me of the airlines over there. 32-inch flat screen, wall mounted, and use Xbox on it. Solid with Wi-Fi. I can agree with that. I would love to have that. Very much love to have that. Weather we can talk about.
We kind of did. We already have an episode about Bahamas weather.
Weather reporting in Georgetown. Oh, dependable weather reporting in Georgetown. So we're using the internet, to be honest with you. I mean, we got Chris Parker. We can do Chris Parker on the SSB. There is also weather on the net every morning. There's a cruiser's net, and they talk about Chris Parker and Windfinder and all these different avenues and sort of come to a consensus on weather. But Georgetown, anywhere in the Bahamas, internet is so readily available that you pretty much aren't hurting for anything. How to cook and bake. There's a thing.
What up?
One about them free sale too. Hello, guys. Oh, crap.
Oh, my goodness.
Sorry, it jumps sometimes, and I got to scroll back. How important are multi? Okay, we're back right when we need it. Solar oven, have you considered it? Can't afford it. Love it. Would love one.
Would love one.
Can't afford
100%.
it. Visit the UK. Would love to. We'll see what happens. Say, enjoy your channel. Best of luck. Thank you. Getting our first post soon. That's awesome. I'm going to get to the bottom of these comments so that we can come to India. Hey, India's got hella customs laws. Speakers for the monitor. You can't, it doesn't work like that.
It doesn't work like that.
Make a model of your SSB. We just have a portable SSB, Texan PL660. It's in here. Anything about Google Fi? No, sorry. Sun sawed-off shotgun. Check it. What?
I don't even know what that
Okay,
means,
so
but okay.
I'm getting to our next question. That's only been our first question, and I'm sorry. I know it's going a long way, but I don't want to make this too long, and I don't want to keep you guys for too long. It's already been almost 40 minutes. Do me a favor, do us a favor, hit the like button, the little thumbs up at the bottom of the video. That would be very helpful for our YouTube channel. Every like helps. Next question is, what countries do you want us to visit? And I guess you've hit a few of them. When we leave the Bahamas, we're headed sort of southeast. And the first country that we're going to land in, just by default, is going to be Turks and Caicos. But then we're like looking at Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, Haiti. We're trying to make it to Grenada. Can you ballpark what it costs you in diesel to run from Buffalo, New York to Florida? I'm going to say
I could actually
$20 a day. 20 bucks a day.
Watch any of our episodes from the beginning of the
if you watch our episodes for the Buffalo, New York to Florida, if you watch our episodes, I think it's about episode 19. And don't quote me, but that's when we were in Buffalo and running the Erie Canal. The Erie Canal, we're doing about $20 or $23 a day. On the ICW, we're doing a bit more because there's tides, so $27, $28 a day.
Yeah,
it's all based on your engine and your water line and your boat and all that kind of stuff. We don't worry about pirates. Pirates worry about us. West Coast Canada, cool. French Polynesia, Trinidad Tobago. I would love to do. Well, Trinidad's probably going to happen anyway. Yeah, $25 a day in diesel. Yeah, if you run for, I mean, that's 60-mile days. That's long days. A lot of people do, you know, $12, $16 a day. Dominican Republic. Thank you, Diane. Dominican Republic. Yeah, I mean, DR is probably going to happen, right? I mean, kind of, it's on the way. Trinidad's great. Purely selfish, Puget Sound. Meet us in Trinidad. We're good with that. Cuba, we're very interested in Cuba. We want to double back and do that. Candace left the room, so it's a good opportunity for me to talk about something that she might be doing soon. I haven't been yelled at, so yeah, Antigua and Anguilla, yeah, we're going to do all that. St. Martin, Guadeloupe, that's going to happen either way. It's on the way to Grenada. Solar oven plan on your Facebook page. Thank you. The only problem with a plan to make it, I assume is what you mean, is there aren't any parts here. Like, we don't have a Home Depot. There's nothing here. We'd have to make it out of, like, things we found. Sea of Cortez? No. Thanks, Jody. Colombia, Panama, Costa Rica. Panama, maybe. We don't have any interest in doing the Pacific side, though. We're purely happy with the Atlantic for the next probably 10 years, and that's cool with us. Anyway, so third question. And she's coming back, so I'll wait a second.
Uh-oh.
I need a beer. One sec.
Nope.
You want to talk about the thing?
I don't know how to talk about the thing because I'm still working on the thing. Okay, so I don't know where to start, to be honest.
You want me to start? You can jump in.
Yeah. Pretty good at that.
Oh, okay. So we're talking about releasing a second YouTube channel, and that's not a what's Chasing? Yeah, Chasing Bubbles is the best movie ever made.
Best.
Just saying.
Oh. May you rest in peace.
May you rest in peace. Motivational, that guy. Anyway, so this is the last thing. 20 to 2,500. I don't know. Our friend did our theme song, Lee Resistant. So we're talking about releasing a second YouTube channel, and it is just going to be Candace's YouTube channel. And it's strictly, and I'm talking to all the men that are watching right now and all the men that watch all of our videos. Specifically, it's going to be for the women of cruising. So this is the concept. She'll do her own YouTube channel. I mean, we'll kick it up with Lady K, and Lady K will share the crap out of it. And, you know, it'll be all over the Lady K thing. But it won't be Lady K Sailing. It'll just be, and I thought a cool name would be Women of Cruising. And my point there is all of your wives, for the men asking, and for Jody, and the girls here.
Thank you, Uncle John.
All of the wives and all of the girls and all of the women that are involved with these guys, like me, that want to go do this thing are worried about all these things that are specific to them. And Candace had to go through that, right? Candace had to go through it. She had to learn how to live in a little plastic boat with very, very limited water, very, very limited power. I mean, at first it was like, can I bring my hairdryer? Can I bring my straightener? Makeup, water, showers, feminine hygiene, all the, you know, all these things that me and you guys, I'm talking to you right now, we don't have the answers for. And as far as I know right now, there isn't another sailing channel that is specifically speaking to women. Let me finish. Specifically speaking to women about women's problems or about women's concerns about this lifestyle, or specifically just discussing what women want to discuss. There's a gazillion channels talking about what me and you guys want to talk about. Which sails, which motor, all the questions that you guys have been asking. No one's talking about the women. And we've talked to so many people. We get so many messages on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram of them saying, hey, my wife isn't really into it, but I am. How do I deal with that? And we're like, well, I mean, be open with her and answer her questions, but the answers aren't out there. So if Candace makes a YouTube channel.
Well, I answered, but.
If she makes an independent, you're right. Uma does do the Women of Sailing, I think Kika calls it.
Ladies' Night.
Ladies' Night, yeah.
Ladies' Night.
Uma does Ladies' Night. We're not talking about a subsidiary of Lady K, though. We're talking about an independent YouTube channel strictly for the Women of Sailing or the Women of Cruising or whatever you want to call it.
In my words, for the bitches.
Yeah.
That's just me.
But you can't say that because then you'll get back from, you know, people that don't like.
Obviously, we got to keep it.
You saying bitches,
you know. But yeah, so it's a
heel, shoes, and plants. I don't know. Lady Sea Sailing. There you go. Yeah, Uma has one. Yeah, Ladies' Night kind of thing. But I think that's just sort of a temporary, short term. Okay, Solomon, I'm going to ban you if you don't shut up. Sorry, guys. Put user in timeout. That's a button.
Timeout.
Solomon, you've been timed out.
In the corner.
Wow, that's cool. Vagabond has a second channel, but it might be just for the baby. Oh, probably, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
but anyway, but that's not my question. My question is this. I mean, we're going to do it anyway. Candace is going to go ahead and do this, and I'm going to help her because I have some obviously experience editing at this point. But she's going to do it. I think it should be called Women of Cruising. And we're going to share the crap out of it with our Lady K, you know, fan base and stuff.
I don't like the name.
But maybe a different name. But see, the wife would love the channel. So that's important. If you guys, if you guys could tell us,
That's why I'm going to get my own channel.
for the women that are watching right now, can you tell us what you are worried about when it comes to moving onto a boat so Candace can try to cover it? And for the men who are watching right now, please go ask your wives what they're worried about and put it to us. And let's see if Candace can make episodes about it so that she can help get the women onto the boats so that more of you are doing this thing. Hopefully that makes sense. We just want to see more of you doing this thing.
100%.
So, cruiser chicks. Oh, she's all in. Wife's all in. Good. What do you want to know? What is it?
What do you?
Yeah, what is it you're worried about?
You are 100% right, Ernest. Women are worried about everything.
But
everything.
Honestly, if you could, I mean, here's probably not the place because these comments, once this video ends, we can't read these comments. We can't read these comments anymore once the video ends. So the best thing you can do is either throw a comment in the comment section of one of our videos or shoot us a message on Facebook. Facebook's probably the best way because Candace checks all that stuff. So if the wives would like to go to Lady K Sailing on Facebook, hit send message and say, I want to know this. You know, how do I, whatever, just whatever it is. And see, we can see the messages. There's a bunch of messages that get screened out because they have like bad words or they look weird for the YouTube algorithm. And we can see them and we have to hit show or hide. And they're all, it's sort of amusing.
Yeah.
Seasickness. That's a good question.
That's a good one.
But yeah, so that's sort of the last thing we wanted to talk about today is if Candace does this independent channel where she just talks about women that are out cruising and tries to address those kind of issues, what should she talk about?
Have your girlfriend watch my videos. I will.
Kids at home, elderly parents.
You've seen me cry already. Trust me, I'll cover that. I'll cover it. That's my beer. No, that's your beer.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that said,
yeah,
kids at home. So if you guys, I know some people aren't on Facebook, and that's fine. But if you could,
you can comment here.
Well, these comments will be gone
on this. Like you can private message us on YouTube. We have received some.
Right.
Private message us on YouTube.
The best way is always going to be Facebook.
Like us on Instagram if you're not doing the you know, some people do the Facebook and not the Instagram or vice versa. Do that. Just
get a message to us
somehow,
one way or another.
Email. I mean, we've already dispersed it before. Tim at ladyksailing.com.
Candace at Lady K Sailing.
CANDICE at ladyksailing.com.
I'll even put it in there.
We're here. That's what we do. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys.
There you go. Did you guys actually see that? It highlighted on my screen. Like it's probably bad, but Candace at ladyksailing.com. Give that email to your wife, your girlfriend, whoever it is you're trying to get to go cruising, and have them email questions to her, and she'll do videos on it.
Trust me, you cannot offend me. Well, I mean, we banned a couple people from commenting.
How would you get home? Logistics, what she would do with herself would be good subject for Lady C. I agree. Yeah. Okay, cool. Germany. Wow, no smokes in this whole video. I know, we're doing good, right? We try not to smoke in videos because we're trying to quit. We haven't quit yet, but we're trying.
Stay tuned.
Anyway, so that's all the questions we had. If you guys have something for Candace's independent YouTube channel, please send her an email on what you want to see. Candace at ladyksailing.com. No, you can't buy vape here, so that's not a thing. I think that's it. That's all we needed. So the rest of this thing, what have we been going for 50 minutes now? Well, one more thing. Please hit the like button. It's important. Yeah, I know. Best thing. We are going to quit. There's a podcast.
Jody, shh.
Anyway, please hit the like button, the little thumbs up at the bottom of the video. That helps a lot. It makes us show up more on YouTube, and it helps our channel. We're going to end today's thing with whatever you guys want to know. If you have questions or anything you want to know, now is your time. Whatever you put in the comments, we are going to answer, unless it's more dirty than we are, which I don't think you could do. Anyway, that's not a challenge.
Don't,
It's not a challenge.
Billy boy, you stay out of this.
Yeah, keep in mind that YouTube screens out comments that seem, if it sees bad words. Spare money from not smoking. I agree completely. Is the boat back in pre-sinking shape now? Yeah,
Polish.
pretty much.
You can show that one.
No,
she's Polish.
Oh,
She
okay.
loves her beer
Wife's
and
Polish,
cigarettes.
loves beer and cigarettes. Bags of cigarettes.
I am Canadian, and I love my beer.
Cooking
and
on
cigarettes.
board as episode. Cooking on board. I like that.
That's a good one.
Clean the cabin. Saw you guys
See?
walking around Annapolis Boat Show. Oh, you should have stopped us.
Ah!
End with a pirate song. They're all copyrighted. Tim is looking at flights. Are you going to pick me up? Billy, I got you. Facebook us, okay? Facebook us. Yes, yes, Jody, it blocked it,
Jody,
but I hit go.
It. You're safe.
I hit yes. Kinky yellow. Where'd you get your necklace? This one?
Bimini.
Or hers? We both have necklaces.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Moisture issues down that way. I know here in Canada. When there's a northeast wind, you get dew in the boat, but other than that, no. This necklace I bought in Alistown in Bimini from a roadside stand. Big John out. Bye, Big John. No, how did you do in the what? I don't know what that word is.
Gummy strips.
Video on customs. We'll work on it. Thanks for the videos. Give me good ideas here in Cleveland. Did you see Cleveland? Okay, Brad, did you see our video going into Cleveland? You should go find that. It's going to be 19 or 20.
No.
Maybe
somewhere,
21.
Somewhere around there.
Check it out.
It's pretty.
We went into Cleveland with 10-foot seas on the stern in between those break walls. Holy moly.
My beer
Spring
is not
Annapolis
warm,
Boat Show.
Billy.
No, it would cost us
water.
thousands of dollars to get back up to Annapolis. We're not doing that. Beer has to be warm by now. Maybe. Jody, your comment showed up here, but it really count. Yeah. My solar Urban Base at $350 cost me $12. That's the problem. We don't have materials here.
Your
I'm telling you.
solar oven bakes it cost me $12.
Matthew,
Windcatcher, can you please send us a message somewhere to let us know how it only costs
send
you
us a message on
$12
Facebook.
in materials?
How can you send us stuff, Matthew? You really can't. The shipping here has got 40% duty, VAT. So it's astronomical. We had to order after we almost sunk. We had to get all our new electronics here, and it's terrible. 25 centimeters of snow. Ew.
No thanks.
So onboard hygiene. Like
I wrote it down.
Shave your beard when you're cruising. Yeah, I actually am due, as you can see.
Quit yawning, Uncle John.
Watch video, something to mail you. Jody, we don't have a mailing address. I'm sorry. We have a Canadian one, and then our friend in Canada can try to get it to us, but it's just not going to work.
Jody just needs to get her passport and come visit.
To go way south, I think some form of personal vessel protection is a good idea. Probably, but how do you insure a $9,000 boat when you have more than $9,000 in the bank? It just there's a whole another question there, right?
We're not at honeymoon, but we're right around.
We're right near honeymoon, yeah, right near honeymoon. We're at pretty much Chat and Chill. We're actually at St. Francis, but we're right near Chat and Chill. Unless it's a backpack and you were bringing it, don't think about shipping it. Yeah, shipping stuff here is just a nightmare.
See, yeah, Christine,
you should become a mule. Yeah. Free place to stay anytime you bring boat parts, I promise.
True story.
AIS. AIS, I have a good story. Stop commenting for a second so I can keep up with this comment. AIS, I have a good story about this. We don't have AIS, primarily because we couldn't afford it. There is another, we've sailed, almost 3,000 miles through 3 different countries now, most of which was the U.S., which is the hardest place to go anywhere at any time, especially with current political climate, right? So while we went through the U.S., never got boarded, never got pulled over, never got talked to, never got radioed, never got anything. Another Canadian boat we were running with got boarded multiple times, got called on the VHF multiple times. And the reason was the U.S. Coast Guard and the U.S. CBP, Customs and Border Protection, they could see that boat on AIS. So we would run right side by side with that boat, and they'd get called, and they'd get boarded, and they'd get held up for 3 hours. And we just kept going. So AIS has its downsides. The government can see you, and in the U.S., that means they're going to board you, and they're going to, want to know what you're doing, and all these other things. Whereas we didn't have AIS, so we just kept going, and nobody even knows we're there. So now the downside of that is we don't have AIS, so we can't see all the ships and all these other things. But we're not crossing oceans anyway. Oh. If you're not crossing oceans, AIS is sort of irrelevant. That's my opinion. You asked for my opinion. You got it. Carry your passports when you go ashore. No, we leave them in a lockbox on the boat.
Me too.
Let you know when I come down. All right.
Please do.
Watch your channel and sailing SV not. Sweet.
Nice.
Not talking about insurance. Oh, shoot. It scrolled again. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he wasn't asking.
Not talking about insurance. Weapons. Not even going to touch it. Comment help for review. It's a YouTube link. Sorry. Thanks, Candace. He isn't so much. Protecting your boat and your armored. Do you carry an arm? Not to answer question. Can you answer? But do you know some of the laws? I don't know any laws about. I think you're talking about firearms. Let me tell you as briefly as I can. The only time I've been worried about somebody stealing our dinghy or our outboard, we actually have a dinghy chain. We have like 15 feet of 1/4-inch chain in the dinghy with a big master lock. It hasn't actually been in the dinghy in months. The only time we used it was down the U.S. East Coast. When we got to Bimini in the Bahamas, we stopped locking the dinghy. The last scary place I was where I was worried about getting boarded or the dinghy stolen or the outboard stolen was Miami.
Nassau.
Oh, Nassau too. Yeah, sorry, Nassau in the Bahamas is like the crime capital of the Bahamas. But we were only there for like,
1 night.
Yeah, it was nothing. Here, we've been off the boat for a whole day. Remember, we rented scooters in the one video, right? We weren't here for the whole day. We left the companion boards out. We were out at anchor at the time. No companion boards in. We drove into the dinghy dock. We tied with a rope. We did not lock the dinghy. No one at the dinghy dock locks the dinghy. No one puts companion weight boards in. In most of the Bahamas,
some people lock their dinghies.
I've never even seen one.
I've seen a few, usually cables. Like
here's a big question: is how many dinghies or outboards or things on deck or jerry cans? We have jerry cans full of fuel everywhere. How many things have been stolen since we got here? And this is months. Zero. Yeah, there was an announcement on the 100%. Net, and you may have seen this on Facebook, that somebody stole 2 dinghies in Farmers Key like a week ago. That's not actually what happened. It came out a few days later that they didn't tie them up right because they were drunk and they drifted off. So the crime that you hear about is Somalia and Miami.
And Nassau.
And Freeport, which we never went to.
Yeah.
But yeah, we get a lot of, and I'm very passionate about this. We get a lot of, what do you do to secure your boat when you're not on the boat? The answer is nothing. We leave it completely unlocked, the board's out, and no one comes near it because there's 300 and some odd cruiser boats here, and the locals actually aren't even anywhere near here. And even at that point, the locals are nice people, and they're not trying to steal from you. So
it's true.
Even
like myself, somebody else had commented on a video a while back. I think when we were in not Black Point, after Black Point,
I remember this. Yeah.
Farmers Key or something. Somebody commented and said, I don't know how you let your wife go ashore by herself.
Yeah.
Okay, so
what kind of comment is that?
Not married. Number 2, I can hold my own. Trust me. Number 3, there's been one time in all of these travels where I was kind of like, maybe I should stop being nice to this local. And it was here at the dinghy dock behind Exuma Market. And somebody else had overheard this local talking to me, and I was like, "Oh, hey, how's it going?" Because they confronted me, "Hey, girl, what's up?" And I'm like, "Hey, how's it going?" Nobody. Somebody else had commented. Somebody else was at the dock and said, "Hey, so and so," because they knew him from coming here for however many years, and said, "Hey, you're not supposed to be on the dock, remember?" Okay, no problem, man, no problem. Away he went.
Yeah, there's shady people everywhere.
It could have been a really bad situation for me, sure, but I've never gotten that actual vibe from anybody.
Okay, Billy Boy, a $329 barbecue costs $2,000 down here. Fact. That is not a fact. That's crap. It's absolute crap. I can buy. we have a Magma kettle barbecue. What's that worth? Like $300 brand new. I can get it for $30 on the Cruisers Net right now. That's absolute crap. Don't try to.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't do well with armchair sailors, and that's an armchair sailor comment, and it's crap. I'm here right now, and I'll tell you what they cost because I could buy it right now. There's no theft here. Unless you're in Nassau or Freeport, which are tourist destinations with cruise ships in them. Unless you're in one of those 2 places. We have experienced zero theft, heard stories about zero theft. There's been nothing. So it's just crap. Don't let anybody tell you that this is dangerous. We're not cruising in Somalia. We're not cruising in Thailand or the Philippines. And I've been to the Philippines, which is also sort of crap. But it's crap. Don't let people tell you that it's dangerous. Have you ever walked the streets in Detroit or Miami at night? You can do that here. Everybody's nice here. It's all tourism based. That's the cool thing about the Bahamas is it's so heavily tourism based. The whole economy is based on tourism. So everything is set up. There's police. There's everything's set up to protect the tourists. Always, 100% of the time. So don't listen to people that say there's pirates and all this other crap. It's bullshit.
I will say the only time that you may actually get scammed a little bit is if you're trying to carry a case of beer out of the liquor store.
Some broke local dude would be like, give me 20 bucks and I'll carry it to your dinghy.
Or he'll offer, and then once you get there, you owe me 20 bucks. What?
Yeah, more crime in the streets of Ontario. I agree completely.
We haven't done that. I carry my own beer. Thanks very much.
So much fair. Well, it looks to me like a lot safer than it could be for Candace needs to sell her own shirts. We're working on shirts right now. We have a YouTube store set up for shirts. Actually, if you guys want, I can post a link right now and you can check it out. I haven't launched it yet. We do have some shirts.
Oh, don't jump the gun. Oh, don't jump.
Well, I just want to show them.
Okay.
You can go look at the site. I don't know anything about selling shirts, but I set this up. Let me go look for it. I think it's Teespring.
Hang tight, guys. But somebody else commented and said I should sell my own shirts, which may actually work because there was one submission that we had from somebody, and it was very geared towards trying to capture me being on the boat. And like I loved it personally. It was a beautiful, beautiful thing. So maybe I, reach out personally to that person and say, hey, this is what I'm doing, and I really like, what you did there. Could I use your image? Which, I mean, they've already kind of given us permission to use it because they submitted it, but things like that.
Here's the link. So if you guys want to check that out, we haven't launched it yet. It's not public, but if you want to click on it and check it out, you can buy a shirt too. It's already live. So, anyway, we designed a couple of shirts. We're trying to design like maybe 15 or 20 different shirts so that when we do launch this thing, you can actually have your selection. We only design, I think, 2 or 3 shirts in there. So if you want one, cool. If you don't want one, that's cool too. We make about $8 every time you buy a shirt. If you're in the US and it's US dollars, that's the logo we went with. Yeah, that's the one that won the logo contest. So we make about $8 every time you buy a shirt. So fantastic for us. I mean, we're running out of money. So thank you if you buy a shirt. If you do buy one and you get it to your house, can you please message us on Facebook and tell you what you think the quality of the shirt is, the quality of the print, all that kind of stuff? Because this is a company that we're not affiliated with. We don't know what the quality is going to be.
I would be perfectly okay if they took a picture and tagged us in it and gave an honest review. Because that's what you guys like about us, is how we're very real, we're very honest, we're very...
Is there more money to us? I can sell... I'll have to look. Hang on. I'll look right now. The ladies sweatshirt, I assume. Women's slouchy sweatshirt is $47.99. Holy crap, that's expensive. That's ridiculous. We don't set the prices, by the way. The website sets the prices. The Teespring, the website's called Teespring. If there's a better way to set the prices, we're happy, or a better company to go with, we're happy. How do I see how much money we
Jody,
make?
that's you. What's up?
To be honest with you, Jody, I don't know, and I don't know how to tell right now. But what we will do is publish whatever the profit margin is on every single shirt, and if it's not okay, we'll go to that company to change it and make it not like we're happy with like $1 a shirt. We're not trying to make money. We're just, I mean, we are trying to make money a little bit because we're going to support what we're doing. But at the end of the day, we'd like to get some merchandise out there. That would be cool. So it's not about making a fortune. But if anybody buys one, can you please message us on Facebook and let us know, was the quality good? Take a picture of you wearing it. That would be cool.
That'd be awesome. Really awesome.
All that kind of stuff. We don't know this company, Teespring. I did a lot of research and that seems to be the best one.
I did order you never wore it. Your butter
Bunkerbranding.com. Okay.
Your butter shirt was from Teespring. It is good quality from what I saw.
I don't know where they're shipped from, Christine. Sorry.
But
anyway, that's yeah. So
that's yeah.
Any other questions you guys have? Anything you want to know about before we get offline? It's already been an hour.
If you haven't already, hit the like button.
Yeah. Please hit the like button if you haven't already. It helps our YouTube channel. Zazzle has coffee cups, mugs, and more. I like Zazzle. Okay, that was the other one that came up a lot. Was Zazzle.
All right.
So I don't know. Teespring had better reviews. I went with Teespring, and the other thing is the interface to design the shirt, because I have to design all the shirts. Is the interface any good? And Teespring was the best interface.
I'm sorry.
Same place you get your G-strings from, Tim. Listen, we're not talking about that YouTube channel right now, Billy. Heather, you need to join Matthew Sailing. Right meow.
What?
He wants to do something cool, and you need to join him. Check my email, okay? Right now, like creative ideas, pop in, saying hello. Tickle me fan.
Oh,
Heather, shut it, Candace.
Yeah, well,
ordered some shirts from Teespring and they were great. Oh, okay, so that's a good review for Teespring right there.
I like that. Well, I also just said I ordered a T-shirt. The only problem I had with the T-shirt was it was smaller than it was supposed to be.
Right.
I ordered an extra large, and it fit more like large.
Carl Mabe says, odd place for the paddle wheel to be in the bow. That's where it was on this boat. It's a Columbia. It was designed by Sparkman and Stevens, made in America. I don't know what to tell you. It just is what it is. You can't put it behind the keel, though, or at the back of the boat, because the keel creates disturbances in the water, and then the paddle wheel won't work, and the depth transducer won't work. So there's that. Really enjoyed. All right, so I think we're going to let you guys go. It's been, an hour and 6 minutes. Probably time to get off the thing. Any last questions? Last call for questions?
Last call for
questions.
Questions.
See you later. Wow, it's 11 o'clock there. Holy crap. Tickleman vids? No. Next show live? No idea. We sort of just do it randomly. Pull in.
Random.
Weeds good?
If you want to know when we go live,
thank you,
the
Matthew.
Little bell. If you go to our web to the main page on YouTube and hit the bell, it will notify you when we do things. Yeah, I think that's
that. Cheers, guys. We love you. Thanks for watching.
Ciao.
See you next time.